Have you ever had that sinking feeling, that thought in the back of your mind that says, it's just too late for me to build wealth? Well, if you have, this explainer is for you. We're about to dig into a really powerful idea, that your financial future isn't about the years you've missed. It's all about the choices you start making today.
So first things first, we've got to tackle this huge fear head on. It's what I call the too late myth. Honestly, it's a mental roadblock that stops so many people before they even get started. So let's just take it apart, shall we?
All right, let's just put the big question out there right away. Is it actually too late? Did you miss your chance? I mean, this is the thought that paralyzes people. But here's a different way to look at it. What if it's not about turning back the clock, but just about deciding to start it right now?
Look, if you feel this way, I want you to know you are absolutely not alone. This belief that wealth is locked into a specific age or some golden opportunity you missed is incredibly common. But, and this is a big but, that mindset completely misunderstands how wealth is really created.
And that brings us to maybe the single most important mindset shift we're going to talk about. It's all about shifting your focus away from the timeline, which, let's face it, you can't control, and onto the decisions that you can make this very moment.
You can really see the two paths here, can't you? On one side, you can get stuck looking in the rearview mirror, fixated on a timeline you can't change. That's the regret loop. Or you can focus on what's ahead, on forward movement, and that is powered 100% by the decisions you make today. That's where all your power is.
I want you to really think about this for a second. Time is going to pass no matter what you do, right? The only thing you truly control is the decision to act. The second you make a clear, firm choice to move forward, that's the real starting line. That's when your financial progress actually begins.
You know, this leads to a really crucial reframing. We tend to see our past years as a liability, as lost time. But what if all of that time, all that experience, is actually your single greatest financial asset?
So what do we even mean by experience? It's not just about getting older. No, it's the hard-won judgment that helps you sniff out a bad investment. It's the perspective that tells you what's truly important versus what's just noise. And it's the resilience you've built from just living life. These are the very tools that help you avoid those expensive mistakes a younger or less experienced person might make.
But here's the catch, and it's an important one. That experience only becomes a real asset when you use it strategically. It's the huge difference between learning from your past to make smarter choices and letting old regrets drive you to make emotional, impulsive ones.
Okay, so we've shifted our mindset. That's awesome. But now let's get practical. How do we turn these ideas into a real system that actually works? It's time to talk about building your wealth engine.
And the first part of this engine is discipline. But wait, let's redefine that word. We usually think of it as restriction, right? Punishment. But it's not. True discipline is about control. It's what gives you freedom, because it gives you the power to point your money toward building wealth, instead of just letting it disappear into lifestyle inflation.
This quote. This gets right to the core of why so many good intentions fall apart. Trying to rely on willpower alone, well, it's just not a winning strategy. We all have bad days. We all have days where we're just not motivated. That's where systems come in. They're your safety net. They do the work for you, especially on the days you don't feel like.
So what does the system actually look like in practice? It's probably simpler than you think. First, you automate your savings. Money moves before you can even think about spending it. Second, you structure your investing. You have a plan, so you're not making panic decisions when the market gets shaky. And third, you actually schedule time to learn and build your skills, because your knowledge is one of your best assets. See? That's an engine that runs on its own.
And now we're at the final piece of this whole puzzle. And the good news is you don't need a huge windfall or a lottery ticket. The real secret, the real magic of wealth building is found in the incredible power of consistency.
Let's just boil this all down to a simple number. $10 a day. On its own, that's nothing, right? It's a fancy coffee. It's a lunch. You'd barely miss it. But this right here is the fundamental building block. It proves that lasting wealth isn't built in these giant, terrifying leaps. It's built with small, consistent steps that you hardly even notice.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's not about having one heroic month where you save every single penny. It's about the quiet power of consistent direction. Slow and steady progress will beat short, intense bursts of effort every single time in the long run. It just will.
So when you put this engine to work, what does it actually create in your life? Well, it gives you the foundation to diversify how you make money. It completely changes how you think about your time.
You see it as the precious resource it is. It helps you connect your financial health with your physical health and your constant learning. And ultimately, it lets you build a legacy that's about so much more than just money.
Okay, let's really lock in these key takeaways. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Your future starts with a decision, not a date on the calendar. Your life experience, that's your capital. Discipline isn't a cage, it's freedom. Systems are your safety net, way better than motivation. And those small, consistent actions, they are the most powerful force you have for building wealth.
And that brings us right here to our final and, honestly, most important slide. All this knowledge is great, but it's the action that changes everything. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Forget about yesterday, forget about last year. Based on everything we just talked about, what is the one small, simple decision you're going to make today to start moving forward?